this is Ruth, and today I have the beautiful Ornate Circular layering die set and the luxurious leaves die set to share with you. They're two new sets that have been launched together, and obviously you can use them together, but you can use them independently of each other as well, and they'll go with lots and lots of different things that you have, because who doesn't just love a circle layering die set and some foliage that you can add to lots of the flowers and different things that you've already got. So don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, to do that and hit the notification bell, and then it would really help me, if you have time, to give it a little like and leave me a little comment as well, because that does help my channel along. Now, I have actually done lots of the die cutting and gone ahead a little bit with this one because I was a little bit pushed for time. I didn't realise the launch date was so soon on this one, and I have gone ahead and done that. But we'll have a quick look through the die sets first of all, very quickly, and then I'll show you the cards that I have almost ready assembled. Now, on this largest one here, you can see the biggest die in this set is 7 inches by 7 inches, which is 179 millimeters by 179 millimeters, and I have die cut that. It is rather a large circle, so you can use that to make a really big card if you want, 7 by 7 right across, and there we have it there. So that's the largest layering circle there. Then we have another layering one here and here and here, with these beautiful ornate verso panels in between. So these 3 panels here cut out decorative detail, but they don't cut edges at all. You need to use these outside edges to cut them right out of your card. So you can actually cut the pattern into your paper, but if you use the outside layering edge with the plain one there and don't use anything else, you're going to get that beautiful shape there, and you can mat and layer directly on top of that as well. Then we have some beautiful little foliage pieces down here, sorry, flower pieces. This one has flowers and little leaves and things on it, and then these are the layering flowers here, and I've cut those out as well, and I'm going to be adding some of them to the cards that I've made. They're really beautiful if you just deboss them and then layer them up, but you could use them flat as well. So that's that one, and then this beautiful one here. Now I'll just show you this first of all. It comes with loads and loads of dies in that set, and you can see that it's got matching dies where they sorry, it's better on that white, where they go one way and then the other, so one is the actual opposite of the other here, and then you could add these other foliage pieces in as well around it, and those are fantastic because they've got little berries as well here, and you can add dream drops, crystal drops, or even little punched circles on top of those, and they're really beautiful. And this will leave a little debossing element to your die cuts as well, because you can see those beautiful markings on all of the dies there, and that means they would be absolutely perfect on some mirror card as well. Now I have already made a video earlier on, and I'll put the link down below, where I've used some fairly similar foliage but without the berries in it, and I have used the oval layering die set similar to this one, and you could obviously combine them all together, which is absolutely fantastic, or you could use similar ideas. You can go back and have a look at those ideas that I have in that video and adapt them to suit this one as well. Now I thought for my first card that I would make a very simple card, but a large one, because sometimes we don't just have the ability to do that with some of our other circular dies, but this one is fantastic for that. So I've used that large outside die there, and you can see it has beautiful debossing detail on it, and that shows up really lovely on that white card, but it would be really beautiful on a satin or mirror card as well. And I haven't done that this time in any of these ones, but certainly that's something that you could look into, and you'll see that on my oval video as well. So I've cut this die out twice, and on the second one there I have scored this in at 1 centimetre from this edge, and then I've taken off a tiny sliver directly parallel to that on the other edge, and this is where I'm going to attach the 2 circles to make a large card here, and this little piece then will mean that it doesn't rock about, it will stand up firmly and straight. So I'll put glue across here and attach this. Now sometimes whenever you're making a circle card, you could actually just put this die over the fold of the card and the two pieces will then be attached, but it does leave a little area at the top that's quite flat and isn't circular. So this is the best way for doing that if you want to have your cards fully circular. And then I've taken the same die and the die that's just slightly inside it there with the detail on it, and I've cut that out in this beautiful spearmint green card, and I'm going to attach that on here. Now I've taken the next size of plain die and I've cut this beautiful patterned paper. Now I've actually had this in my stash for quite a while, but I think it's called Floral Fusion by Trimcraft, so that's one of their first edition pads that was available quite a wee while ago, but I'm sure you could have something similar in your stash. And then I have taken the smaller one again in the outside die. Now I've cut the plain circle out in the spearmint green as well, and then I have used the plain one along with the next one. So I have used these two together, and that has given me both of these layers, and I'm going to glue one on top of the other and then directly into the card. So now I'm going to glue that into the centre here, and I've put glue on the inside here, not right out to the edges, because then I can add some foliage and just tuck it in behind. And another way of doing that is to add this up on 3D foam pads, and then you would be able to slip in whatever foliage you want after that. So just whenever you come to adding whatever sentiment, if you're going to add a sentiment on, just make sure that you've got this the right way up. You can't actually see from this part here, so you'll want to make sure that this part where the little sliver is cut off is directly parallel to whatever you're working with. And I've used another little die set there, and I've cut out the Someone Special, and I'm going to glue that on top there. Now I've got a little bit of foliage. This is a really beautiful one. It's a really little, it's kind of swirly, but it has some leaves on it as well. So it's a flourish with some leaves and some little berries on it as well. But because I've left that little area in behind there with no glue on it, I was able to slip that right inside there. Now we'll go back to the die set, and you can see these beautiful flowers here, and I've picked this one out with the little scallopy edge on it, and I've cut that out in the same paper that I've used for the patterned area here. And I've gone ahead actually, and I've got one ready here, but I'll show you how I've done that. This is a little embossing mat here, and I've turned the little ones that I've cut out upside down and then moulded them around with my stylus. Dear, I'm stuck for words today. And then just into the centre there, and then I'll do that with the smaller ones and layer them up as well. And then I'm going to glue these on around here. Now I don't want to put them on there because they would get lost. You wouldn't really see them on top of the patterned paper, so I'm going to put them down here. And then I've got some dream drops here. These are absolutely beautiful. They're called Rudolph's Nose, but they're kind of between peachy and pink and red, and they actually tone in with lots of things, so I'm going to put them on there, in there. And I don't think I'll add any more. I actually was going to add some around here, but I think I'll just leave that as it is. So that's the first card made, and we've got a lovely circular card, and when it stands up, it doesn't rock about. My second card then is a 6x6 card, and I've gone ahead and I've layered some patterned paper. I've used the spearmint green on top of the card, and then I've put a smaller layer of patterned paper on top of that, and then I have die cut right through it. So that left me then with 3 circles, which were this one, and the white card in behind. Now if you find that the paper or card you're using is just a little bit too thick to take that through the machine in one go, when you run it through once and backwards, you'll probably end up with these two layers that you can lift off, set the die in, and you'll actually feel it clicking into place there, and run it through again, and then you'll get the white bit out as well. And then after I did that, I put a square of acetate on behind there just to strengthen that. Now you could actually put that in between the 2 layers and that would hide all of that, but I'm quite happy with that the way it is, but you could do either. Now the piece of spearmint green then that came out from here, the circle that I said with 3 of, I've stuck the green one in just behind there, and that makes a beautiful layer right in behind where that circle is. Then I've used 3 dies together to get this shape. So if I use this one, I can have the plain shape. If I use this and this together, I'll get a layer like the first one I did in the big card. But if I want to take the center out of that, I've got to use the 2 outside edges, one out here and one in here, and that then gives me this beautiful shape which I can go ahead and glue on here. Now for the front then, I've taken the smaller die, so I've got this one and this one together, and I've cut that out in white, and there we are, just a little piece stuck in there, and I'm going to glue that directly on top of the acetate right there, and it all looks like it's layered up from the front, but when you open it you can see that it is actually multi-layered, and some is on the inside and some is on the outside. I've added a little sentiment on there, and again I've just glued it on, and that's from a different die set which I'll link down below. But you could actually, as well as that, put that up on 3D foam pads, and then you'd be able to add some foliage or whatever in behind that. But I've cut the foliage out this time. 2 of these, I really love these little leaves, and I'm going to pop one up there and the other one right beside it, and then I'm going to glue this to the bottom, and I'm going to add some of those dream drops onto the berry area here. Now I've got a third card here, and I've gone ahead and made this one up already. So I've taken a 5x7 card blank this time, and I've cut out the 2 long dies, and I've put them on and just overlapped them so that they make a beautiful oval shape up the card. So you don't necessarily have to use this all in circular mode at all, because that oval shape looks really beautiful there. And then I've gone ahead and used the same little dies to pop into the centre, some patterned paper in behind that this time, and then the tiny little circle in the centre, and again, and I'm scared of getting this on my hands because it's not dry yet, but I've added some of these crystal the dream drops into the centre there as well, and I think I'll just add one in there too. And that's them all finished, but there's loads and loads of other things that you could do with that. This is a really simple card, so I wanted to show you that you could make something a little bit more ornate, a large card and a really simple card with that. But do certainly have a look back at the oval one as well. I'll link that down below, as I said, and you'll get lots more ideas of different ways that you could use all of these together. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed making it. I love it whenever you get dies like that you're going to be able to use with loads of other things as well, especially foliage dies, and I love that one with the berries. So thanks very much for watching, and if you've enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and leave me a little comment and let me know what you think. And my affiliate links to everything that I've used will be down below in the description, and thanks very much to everybody who has been using those. I do really appreciate that. I get a little commission from that, but it doesn't cost you anything extra at all. The price is exactly the same as if it would be normally from the website, so I do appreciate that. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.